Good morning, everyone. Good evening, and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is nikymus, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new, on this channel I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that stuff resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us. Give us a like, share this with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. I've got a very quick message to the chosen ones. Today I woke up with a very, very important message, and I want to let you guys know exactly how does God speak to you each and every single day. But normally I don't want to make my videos without a backup, so I'll take you back about 2.5 years ago. Actually, it was about 2 years ago, to be precise. And in those days, I had just left a narcissist, so I was thinking about my next moves. I started working on myself, so I was thinking about my next moves. What was I going to do next, and which direction did I want to take? So in those days, in a couple of weeks, could have been 1 or 2 months later on, the narcissist came along. Actually, that was 2 months later when I left my ex-narcissist. The greater narcissist came along out of nowhere. The greater narcissist just showed up all of a sudden. Now, of course, in those days, I hadn't yet fully healed. I was recovering from my previous marriage, the previous discard. So I hadn't yet fully healed. So the greater narcissist came along. And like you guys already know, I've been sharing with you my experience with the greater narcissist and how things transpired between us. So things went south anyway. Just to make the whole story short, things went south, and later on I noticed that actually this particular individual was a serious narcissist. So in that time, I started making a plot to exclude myself out of that situationship. I knew this person was a narcissist, and I started plotting myself to exclude myself without causing chaos. Because like you guys know, with the empaths, normally some of us when we're leaving those guys, sometimes we usually do it quietly, although sometimes it might happen that you might sometime actually confront them. But the greater narcissist, I left the greater narcissist quietly. Now, in the days that followed, that was in the last days when I was preparing to go. So, of course, when I used to get times by myself, I would sit down there by myself and I was thinking, okay, so what exactly do I need to do? Because I was starting to get tired of this cycle of those kind of toxic individuals, those kind of people who just come into your life and disorganize your life and disrupt you from your journey and do all these kind of things. I was tired, actually. I was tired. I was tired of that cycle, and I wanted to do something different. For the first time in my life, I was thinking that I need to do something different. So one day I remember, morning, I went out of the house. So I went to the park. So there was a very big forest. Actually, this was some kind of a forest. I don't know if it's a park or a forest. So normally I used to go down there to walk. Every morning I used to go down there to walk. So one day I went there to the park. And as I was walking in the park, I was meditating. Sometimes I used to like to do the walking meditation. You just walk and meditate at the same time. So I was doing the walking meditation, and I was asking myself the questions in my mind. I was asking God, how can you help me to break this cycle of toxic individuals? I cannot just keep on living my life on again and again, just meeting one individual after the other, this kind of toxic people. So I was really tired of that cycle. So I was in that forest, in that park, and I was meditating. I was asking God, please show me the way. I need to know, what do I need to do? Because that time, of course, I had found out finally that I had awakened. So I was asking God to show me the way and to help me know exactly what direction do I need to take. Where do I move from here? Because already I knew that in a few days' time, I was going to leave that particular individual. But then I wanted to know what is next. And I was asking God that do not bring back any kind of those toxic individuals in my life. I never ever want to see them again. So I was asking God to help me, number one, to break that cycle. And number two, I was asking God to show me the way, because it's like I was looking back and reflecting back in my life, all the things I had gone through, all the things I had tried to do, all the things I had always ever tried to achieve and was never able to achieve. So I look back in my life, and I wanted to change. I asked God, I need you to show me the way. Number one, show me how can I break this cycle of this kind of toxic individuals. And secondly, I was asking God, how can I actually move forward with my life? What can I do for myself? Because I knew there was something burning inside me. I just knew there's something I could do. I did not come here on this planet just to do everything like everybody else, to do mediocre things like everyone else. I just wanted to do something different because I knew from the inner of my soul, I knew that I was different. I just needed to find out the way, how I could bring out my light to shine. I just didn't know what to do, you know. So I think it's like, this was like half an hour down the road in the park. All of a sudden, as I'm asking myself those questions, and this is where it's going to get very interesting, guys. I want you guys to pay close attention to the screen. I came across a note on the floor. Now, when God is speaking to you, that message is going to come straight to your soul. It is you will definitely know that this message is for me. There was people walking in those days because those days was locked down, so there were people who used to go and make walks in the parks, or eventually, And it's not a coincidence that at the same time that I was asking God to give me some answers and to show me some answers, that is the exact time when I noticed there was that note on the floor. It was a small picture, and you guys pay close attention to the screen. I'm going to share that small little picture with you. The only thing I saw on the floor was "Go create." I looked on the floor. Actually, I passed that picture for a second, but then I was like, I need to go back. I returned. I went back a few steps back, and I picked that thing from the floor. I always do it on my journey when I'm asking myself questions, and I see those kind of small little papers, and I think there could be a message, and they resonate with me. I just pick them up and try to read the message through, because sometimes the universe is going to speak to you through very simple things, and sometimes you can easily miss those points if you're not careful, and if you're not paying close attention. You will usually miss those little synchronicities. So I picked up that note, I read it, and I was like, go create. Okay, go create. So what do you mean go create? So I held I held the note in the hand, and then I kept on walking towards my direction. So I walked. Then I was like, actually, I think this message is for me, because few minutes ago, or a few days ago, I was always asking God, show me a sign, show me what to do, show me where to go, show me a direction. You know what I mean? And then that all of a sudden that note in the middle of the forest, guys, you can imagine this thing. I found this thing in the middle of the park, in the forest, just trees and the rivers and streams. That's where I found that note. So what I did, I came back home. Of course, I didn't tell the greater narcissist. I just kept quiet, and I was like, okay. I started thinking, now, what am I going to create? What am I going to create? What am I going to create? What do I need to create? I knew there was something I need to create, but I just didn't know what. You know what I mean? Then I was like, okay, actually, a few years ago, I was thinking about doing a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So on my YouTube channel, in the early days, I did a video about cooking. So for you guys who have been following me for a while, there's a video that I shared about cooking. It was a cooking video very many years ago. And then all of a sudden, that time I was still in the narcissistic situationship. So I never continued those videos because there was so much chaos going on at home. I could not continue with those cooking videos. So I abandoned YouTube back then in the days. Then I was like, actually, there was a time I used to create videos on YouTube. I used to do those days. I did two YouTube videos of cooking back then in the days. So I was like, I can actually start creating something else. I can start to do something different. You know what I mean? Then I was like, I'm actually thinking about these people because I've been with this narcissist for a while. I can now see these narcissists. I know who they are. I can figure them out. I know who they are. They cannot hide from me. I can figure them out very, very quickly. So I was like, actually, what I can do, I can start to make little videos about, the relationships or things like that. So because in those days I didn't know that it was easily possible for me to just come out there, because some people believe that for you to come out and talk about these kind of things, you're supposed to have PhDs or some kinds of certificates and diplomas or things like that. Some people Have that kind of mindset, and it is a very, very negative mindset for you to think that you're supposed to have a qualification for you to come out and speak about your truth. So I was like, no, 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 no. I don't need any qualification for this. There's so many people who have been abused in this universe, and there's many people who are starting to speak. Not everybody has got a diploma or qualification. I can always come out and speak my truth without a qualification. So I was like, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to now leave this person very quietly. They will not know that I'm leaving, and they will never see me again. Then I'm going to go back home, recompose myself, and I start to building. So I remember those days I came back. I left the nurses in a couple of days. I came back home, and I was there. So because it was still locked down, so I was still there in the house. I was like, okay, now I have a lot of time for myself. There was no chaos. There was no drama. There was nobody around to, interrupt my journey and everything. So what I did, I just got out my camera on that day, and I went to the park. So those are the days I started creating. I did my some of my first videos in those days. I did my first videos, So my videos basically started with my spiritual awakening. One of the biggest videos that I did that started giving me the light was the one of the spiritual awakening. How I awakened from narcissistic abuse. So that is how I took off. Now a lot of you guys out there, this video is to let you understand something. I want you to look around you. You guys are everywhere. You're all over the place. You are thinking what to do. You're waking up every single morning asking God the question, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? How do I need to move forward? I will guarantee you guys, chosen ones, God is going to be speaking to you. Because for me, the very moment I answered that call. Because I've told you guys in my videos that the chosen ones will hear the call. You know what I mean? So you do not hear the call because you hear somebody speaking to you. Yes, there will be a voice coming in your head for you to drive in a certain direction. It might happen like that. But sometimes the synchronicities can come as simple as something may show up on TV, something may show up in your environment, you might read something in a book, you could see something in your phone. You have got to know the message that resonates with you. For me, it was creation. And I knew that, okay, so I need to go and start creating. I just didn't know what to create, but later on, a few days later on, it came to me that the only thing I needed to do was starting to create some kind of a platform where I could share my experiences and my journey with other victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. That's how I took off, and the rest is history. So a lot of you guys who are out there, do not underestimate yourself. Do not underestimate the power you have. Do not underestimate the journey and the difference you can make in the world. You may be out there. Yes, it's okay to have your normal job that you're doing. It's okay because maybe it could be paying you the bills and moving you from one point to another. But there's nobody who came here to struggle and to suffer in those kind of toxic jobs and these kind of things. Because I talk to so many people, they don't like their jobs. There is many people around the world, you can speak with them. They are going to complain. Every morning they are going to work. The first thing they are going to tell you is that they don't like the jobs they are doing. And it's not by coincidence. That is God actually speaking to you that job you are doing is toxic for you. You need to get out and start using your own brain, using your own creations and using your own talents. You have skills. Chosen ones, you have got a lot of talents. You have got gifts. You have got a lot of skills. You are hairdressers. You are designers. You are artists. You are musicians. You are creators. You are poets. You are chosen ones. You've got, you believe me or not, chosen ones, you have got a lot of spiritual gifts. And you do not belong in those jobs that are toxic for you and they are not serving you. You need to have something better for yourselves, but the only thing you need to do is to learn how to create. How do you start using your talents to help you become a better version of yourself? And the universe is going to speak to you. God, well, I will say the universe because that's what I'm used to. I'm a spiritual person. But for most of you guys, the religious Bible scholars, you can talk about God, angels, or whatever it is you believe in, Allah, Buddha. God is going to speak to you. We are all equal in front of God. I don't see religion in my face. I don't see religion. But me, I talk about the universe. God will speak to you in so many ways. You ask God a question, look around you, observe your environment. Number one, listen to your intuition, whatever intuition, because that day my intuition told me, go out for a walk. All of a sudden, I just put my shoes and I went out for a walk. And my message was in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the park. That's where I got my message. So I listen to intuition first. Your intuition may tell you, hey, you know what? There's a little shop at the end of the street. Just go there. Just go there. There could be something you need there. Your intuition is going to guide you to that little shop. In that little shop is where you're going to find your next move. You may find somebody who is going to give or make a proposition. You may pick something on the floor. You may see something. There may be a message for you on the stores, on the walls of the stores. So listen to your intuition, number one, and secondly, you read the signs. That is how God speaks to you these days. It's how God speaks to the chosen ones. The signs are everywhere. The evidence is everywhere. And it is going to come to you. But you have got to be ready to receive. You have got the reception. Be ready to receive. Open your heart and be ready to receive the messages when they come to you, so that you do not miss the most important part of your life. So, chosen ones, this video is to give you encouragement and empowerment. You guys are great. You're powerful. You're creators. You're talented. You're skilled. You have gifts. It is time for you to know what are the things you can do. Ask yourself one question every single day. What can I do in this universe, in this world, to help other individuals become a better version of themselves? That is the question you've got to ask yourself. If the job you're doing is involving helping other individuals to become a better version of themselves, and you're putting an impact, making an impact, a positive impact on other people's lives, then it's possible you're working in your purpose. If the answer is no, and you're waking up every single morning crying and complaining about your job, that is not where you're supposed to be, and there is something better for you. So listen to your intuition, and guidance is going to come to you. When it comes to you, don't ask yourself a question. Don't ask yourself why all of a sudden you're having a feeling to just jump on the train and go south somewhere to an unknown destination. Don't ask yourself that thing. Just get in the train. If you see that is what your mind is telling you, your intuition is telling you, that's why you should go. Just jump on the train and go. Believe me or not, guys, the answer is going to be there for you, waiting for you. The only thing you need to do is just to make a little bit of a small move, and you're going to get the next answer to your life's questions in your destination. So I hope this video makes sense, guys. I really hope it resonates, and I hope this video catches you at the right time. So for the most of you guys, stop doubting yourself. Stop worrying about what you need to do. There's opportunities, and there's many things you can do to make an impact on other people's life, and also to better your lives to become the greatest version of yourself. So that being said, guys, let me know what you think about this. Leave us a comment in the section below, guys. Always share these videos. It's very important for other individuals. Smash the like button as you come in and as you leave, and make sure that you push the notification button at the end, so as you don't miss out anytime that I upload new videos. Much love and blessings, guys. There's more signing out, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.